there lived an old clockmaker named Elias. His workshop stood at the edge of the town of Windmere, a place where the wind never stopped whispering secrets through the trees. Elias was famous for crafting clocks so precise that even the stars seemed to move in rhythm with them. Elias had a daughter named Leela. She was bright, curious, and full of wonder about the world beyond their small valley. From a young age, she loved to sit beside her father, watching the tiny gears spin and hearing the rhythmic ticking that filled the shop like a gentle song. Yet, unlike her father, Lila dreamed not of perfect time, but of adventure, of seeing the places beyond the mountains. One day, as the first snow of winter began to fall, Elias showed Lila a very special clock. "This," he said, "is my greatest creation. It doesn't count time. It keeps memories." He opened the golden lid, and inside, instead of numbers, there were scenes, tiny painted images that moved like living dreams. A child's laughter, a bird in flight, a woman smiling in sunlight. Lila gasped. "It's beautiful, but how can a clock keep memories?" Elias smiled. "Each tick is a heartbeat of the one who owns it. It remembers what you love." That night, while her father slept, Lila sat by the fire staring at the clock. She wondered what her own memories would look like, what adventures she might fill the clock with if only she could see the world. So she made a choice that would change everything. Before dawn, she packed a small bag, slipped the golden memory clock into her pocket, and stepped out into the snow. The wind whispered as always, but this time it seemed to say, "Go." For many days she walked across frozen rivers and through forests heavy with snow. The clock ticked softly in her pocket, keeping her company when the nights grew long and silent. In every village she passed, she met new people, an old woman who painted sunsets, a boy who sang to the moon, a merchant who spoke to his horse as if it were human. Layla listened to their stories and smiled, feeling her heart grow warmer. And sometimes, when she opened the clock, she saw new memories appear inside, tiny, glowing moments of her journey. But one evening, as she crossed the border into the great city of Loom, she noticed something strange. The clock had stopped ticking. Its hands were frozen at midnight. Lila brought it to a clockmaker in the city, hoping he could fix it. The man peered at the golden device, then shook his head. "This is no ordinary clock," he said. "Its power comes from your heart. When it stops, it means your heart is losing something precious." Lila's chest tightened. She had been away from home for months. She missed her father, his quiet smile, his gentle humming while he worked. The realization struck her like a bell ringing through silence. She had been chasing new memories while forgetting the old ones that had shaped her. That night, standing beneath the glowing towers of the city, Lila made her decision. She turned back toward Windmere. The journey home was harder than before. The snow was deeper and the winds colder. But every step she took, she whispered a memory to herself, her father's laughter, the warmth of their small home, the smell of metal and oil in his workshop. Slowly, the clock began ticking again. When she finally reached Windmere, spring had arrived. The valley was green once more, and her father was sitting outside, his hands trembling slightly from age, but his eyes bright as ever. "Lila," he said softly when he saw her, "you came back." She ran to him and hugged him tightly. "I filled the clock with so many memories, Father, but I forgot the most important one. You." Elias smiled and opened the golden clock. Inside, the images shimmered. her journey, her laughter, her tears. But now, at the very center, appeared something new. A small workshop, an old man, and a young girl smiling beside him. From that day on, Lila no longer dreamed of leaving the valley. Instead, she worked beside her father, learning his craft. Together, they built clocks for the people of Windmere, some to keep time, and some to keep love alive. And though many years passed, the golden memory clock never stopped ticking again, for it had learned, just like Lila, that the truest adventure lies not in the places we go, but in the hearts we hold dear.